Hi, my name's Ian. I'm an engineer. I do some business and I'm a dad. And, like many people, I think I was feeling a little depressed about climate change. And then I started hearing about this molecule here, and it has put me in a better mood. All right. So I got so excited about this. I've started to make these videos. I've also recently started a energy collaborative association, and sort of out of that came the topic for this video. But first, this molecule, um, maybe it has a branding problem. Maybe you haven't heard of this before. Nitrogen and hydrogen. The air is 78% nitrogen. So when you burn this, it's flammable. It releases nitrogen and water. That's it. And you can make it green using green electricity. You crack water, grab the hydrogen, combine it with nitrogen from the air, and you have this molecule, right? It's energy dense. We can store it, we can ship it. It's got some branding issues. So this is ammonia, which smells, right? And it's toxic and it's dangerous, sure, right? Don't drink gasoline, okay? Like lots of things are dangerous doesn't mean that they're not incredibly practical. So this is super practical. The other day I heard somebody call this nitrogen power. Um, I like that. Maybe we'll start calling this nitrogen power. Uh, but I was talking with this other member of this energy association, um, and I said I was describing what's happening, and I said just because we aren't talking about it here in Ontario, Canada, just because we're not talking about it here doesn't mean it's not big and happening and real. So Japan is on top of this. They are moving, I mean, big industry, moving at light speed for industry. So here's a roadmap. They're building out both the supply and the demand simultaneously. Um, if you have tanks and tanks and tanks of stuff nobody wants, you're oversupplied, doesn't make any sense. And if you convert all of your power plants to run on ammonia and can't get it, it also doesn't make any sense. So you need to do both at the same time. So, okay, yeah, there's a roadmap, but what's happening on the ground? That was part of this discussion. I said, let me look. So I looked. Four press releases in 3 days from IHI. So this is a big, Japanese industrial conglomerate. Four press releases, 3 days. Okay. Stuff is moving. First one, them and a bunch of other large organizations are establishing an ammonia supply base. So this is places to store it, ship it, move it between a port and a train and a truck and all that stuff. So the presidents, all right, not some dude, the presidents of each of these companies was involved with this. So Japan Petroleum Exploration, they do 330 million a year in revenue. Mitsubishi Gas, 781 million a year in revenue. IHI, 1.3 billion. Mitsuo, 14 billion. Another Mitsuo, two of them, 11 billion. Okay, 12 billion. So the presidents of all of these organizations sat down and said, five of us are going to sort out a deal to do this in style. Okay. Press release one. Press release two. Okay. IHI signed a contract, all right, for this ship. This ship is being built in less than 2 years. It runs two motors. One supplies like electricity and stuff for the ship, and the other is a drivetrain. Both of them run on ammonia flex fuel. So ammonia does burn. Its combustion has different characteristics than other things. And so sometimes some of the tech involves flex fuel, so they will use something to get the flame to move faster. So this one is going to use a little petroleum, but 95% ammonia, and it carries a ton of ammonia, uh, 40,000 square meters of ammonia, big, okay? And it is entirely designed to protect the crew, the environment, the dock workers, everybody, okay? So ammonia is toxic, so you do design these ships different than a petroleum tanker. Much, much simpler than if you were doing liquid natural gas or liquid hydrogen or something like that, but still custom made, and those are different in different ways, toxic in different ways. But I mean, they are building it, right? So this is, we're not talking like, oh, wouldn't it be great if in theory? This is in a dockyard. Okay. So number two, the ship to move stuff around. It's happening. It's real. Okay. Third, IHI has an existing gas turbine thing that runs power plants. Okay. Uh, I mean, it was sort of an R&D thing. It works. They use it, but it's not installed around the world, right? Like a bit of experimentation went into this. It runs 100% on ammonia, and it reduces greenhouse gases, including NOx, by 99%, right? So pretty amazing. But how does this impact me in Ontario, right? Well, they partnered with General Electric, or part of General Electric, to redo the burners on an existing line of gas turbines, right? So you can swap out part of the gas turbine, and that will allow it to burn properly ammonia. And so you can convert these. I believe they are still going to be flex fuel, so you can run on ammonia if you have it. So depending on how supply chains work out, you know, if you don't have it, but you still have natural gas and you still want power, you probably want both. But the point here is in the next couple of years, they're going to have a system that they can easily swap in and out here in Ontario, in the US, in Europe, to redo all these existing infrastructure to run on a different fuel. Okay, so that's number three. Again, tech is real. They're just rolling it out. Right. 3, 4. Okay, this one, remember that ship, right? Why do you need a ship? They need a ship because Acme in India, right? It's a big green energy supplier in India. Has signed a contract, an offtake contract. So an offtake contract basically says, if we make this, will you buy it from us, right? So they need to build out their green ammonia production, but they want to guarantee that there's a buyer to secure their financing, right? So IHI has agreed to purchase up to 400,000 tons a year. That's a lot of green ammonia. That's pretty cool. All right. So this is commitment, a financial commitment. I'm guessing at the price, the forward price of ammonia they priced in might be $500 a ton. If it's $500 a ton, which is pretty cheap, this is a $200 million deal, USD. So there you go. Is this real? Is it happening? Is it green? Are smart people doing it? Are they doing it safely? Yes, yes, yes. So this is something to get excited about, guys. There you go. Have a good weekend. I'm leaving in a good mood.